Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. I am going to attempt my first wheel alignment and I'm a little nervous. Never done this before, but I bought a kit, um, which is this. Basically the way it works, supposed to mount on this right here. Some way, somehow, it needs to be kind of, I don't know if you're supposed to take this off, but I'm not gonna take that off because it kind of doesn't make sense. So I'm gonna have to figure that part out myself, unless I put it this way. I don't know. The way it's supposed to work, this is supposed to mount here, like so, and then there's two tape measures that's supposed to go across. And the more I look at it, the more I see that this might not actually work. But we're gonna give it a try, see if this actually will work or not. So we're gonna put the first lug nut in, get it leveled. We want it leveled with the ground at 0 and see where it goes. See if this actually will work or not. So stay tuned. Let me get this installed and I walk you through it if it's gonna work or not. So let's do it. All right, guys. I had to take the calipers off. It just wasn't fitting correctly. So gotta make sure everything kind of lines up to where it needs to be. You want to make sure this is leveled, right? So the problem with this car is because it's an all-wheel drive, it's going to be really hard to make this super level. So it's going to be off just a little bit. It's not going to be much. I'll show you the other side. I kind of had to like tie this in to actually try to keep this wheel from moving so I could get it leveled, or else it's going to go the opposite way. So I got it leveled as much as possible. But the important part is it comes with these two measuring tape that go across the car from one end to another. So you can see it's a little bowed from the bottom. All right. So you're gonna make sure you're gonna take any slack off as much as you can, make it as tight as possible, and then you're gonna deal with the numbers here, right? So this is your point right there that you want to make sure these two are sort of even numbered. This thing is so off. This one's sitting at 66 inches and this one's sitting at about 67 inches. I don't know if you can see it. So about 67 inches. So we have a lot of it's bad. So I'm gonna loosen up the steering column right here. This is where we're gonna basically make the adjustments. What we want to tie this in a little bit. So we want this to go back in about half an inch, and you want the other side to also go in about half an inch to compensate for that 1 inch of discrepancy that we have here. So we're gonna pull this in about half an inch, and then we're gonna pull the other side about half an inch. But first we need to loosen this up, and then we're gonna have to turn this to get that discrepancy in. So let's do that, and let me loosen this up. Then I'm gonna show you guys how it's done. Hey guys, a quick tip before you start doing the alignment with this kit. Unfortunately, these kits don't come with instructions on how to set up the whole thing. One thing you need to remember is when you are adjusting the link, the steering column link with the tire as it shifts, your steering wheel also going to be moving. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the case with every car or all the cars, but I know when I was working on my dad's car, the steering wheel kept moving from the center, and it started to turn. So my mistake was I didn't realize that was happening. So when I was actually making the tires balanced, the steering wheel was completely off. So that caused a lot of issues later down the line. So the process of how to get these two brackets adjusted is the same, but one main thing is you might want to use one of these tools that I'm gonna show the picture of, which holds the steering wheel in place, basically not allowing it to move while you're doing the alignment, or have somebody sit in the car and hold the steering wheel. But please take that precaution. I did not know, because again, this was my first time doing it. So I'm relaying the information to you guys. So when you start using this kit, you need to have either the steering wheel lock mechanism that I will link below, or have somebody sit in the car while I can't even speak, while you are actually conducting the balancing work. Other than that, you could do it old school style, which I ended up doing the old school style once I was being done frustrated. Even that will require you to monitor the steering wheel, making sure it's not turning, because it will turn the steering wheel. Again, that will depend on the model of the car. Some cars will, some cars might not do it. So I'm not 100% sure on that. So you might have to do some research. But let's continue the video. All right, guys. So I got this loosened up. Now we're gonna turn this either clockwise or counterclockwise to see which way it tightens it up. All right, we gotta do counterclockwise. And at the same time, you want to make sure your tape measure is pretty solidly pulled in. So as you are turning this, you see it come in. So we're actually going to do a 1/4 inch, because what's going to happen is we have an inch difference, right? So as we pull this in, this side's gonna come out. So we have about an inch. So we're gonna do a 1/4 inch on this one, because this one already pushed out about a 1/4 inch. So we're gonna do 1/4 inch in from this side, and then we're gonna do a 1/4 inch in from that side, not half an inch. Half an inch is gonna throw us off. So let's do a 1/4 inch on this side. We're almost there. All right, now we're going to do a 1/4 inch from the other side. All right, guys, so I got everything to exactly the same measurement. So these two sides are now at exactly the exact same measurements. All right, so I'm gonna tighten these bolts up, and you want to make sure this is sitting straight. When you do it, make sure this is loose, and this is how you do the adjustments. You do back and forth to see which side, which way takes it in, which way brings it out. And you're gonna have to go back and forth on both sides. Unfortunately, there's not an easier method to do this, so you do have to go back and forth between both wheels to make the adjustment. Now, this is my first time. We'll put the tires on, the car might just start, pulling to, 15 different directions, and the tires might start smoking. I don't know. Do it at your own risk, but I was just showing you the process of how these alignment kits work. They're supposed to be very straightforward, but sometimes, if you don't have the right equipment, it's not going to work, or the right setup, it's not going to work. But this seems to be working. I hope it works. But I did have to take the calipers off. And one important tip: when you pull the car in, raise it up, or if you have it on a jack, make sure you set your steering wheel to the center of where you want your steering wheel to be. So you need to make sure that's centered. If it's crooked, then your whole alignment process is going to be crooked. Your steering wheel is going to sit like this, or whatever. But I'm going to tighten this up. Let me know what you think. If you've done this before, if you think I did this incorrectly, please leave the comments down below and correct my mistake. I just hope I did it correctly as much as I can. But yeah, let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit like. Peace out.